Okay. Hey everybody. We're now live. It's me, Aiden Paladin, and it's going to be a little weird because I'm here in person with Hard Bastard. So we're going to be on the same.
I'll be coming through the same avatar. So
yeah, so that'll be weird.
Figure that out.
I have the weird feeling that you'll be coming. Period.
How could you guess? That's I don't even understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, so without needing an introduction, Dr. Layman is also here, of course, and also CharmingMan is with us too, to verbally shitpost.
Hello.
Yeah. So I was like talking about doing something for 25K and then, or 20K, and then it became 25 like overnight. So whatever.
Jesus, man, you are pretty fast growing. Not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, the collab video helped.
Yeah, you
5,000. 5,100% sociologically proven people join your channel.
You know what's really fucking weird? Nobody watches my shit, but everyone knows my memes.
Because your memes are apex, dude.
My memes are fucking pure.
It's because Kraut. Yeah, man. It's like Kraut and everybody else just steals them and takes credit.
Yeah.
Fucking cunt.
I know, right?
Sorry, I'm trying to pull. Oh, it's right there though. I'm trying to pull up the chat. But yeah, your memes are apex. They're the best. So they're obviously just going to be jealous and steal them.
The memes of production belong to you, but not for long.
Yeah. Hang on one sec. I'm trying to pull up the chat. We're both being like,
come on.
Professional. There it is. Yeah. There's the chat.
Okay.
Be professional, all right?
Oh.
Or is it? You have to do a different one. Oh,
this is supposed to be 100% sociological, guys. It's only like 98 at the moment. Come on.
Oh,
I don't know. A lot of.
There we go. Let's pop
ends
this.
up being fucked up in some ways.
Bitch out.
Or
pop out chat. Boom.
Not as professional as it should be, considering the amount of drinking that happens at academic conventions.
Over there, like that. Oh. All right, what's up, chat?
Yeah. All right. So we've got everything up. It's now officially less cancerous.
Oh yeah, I want to die.
What's up, bullshit man? And Jexo Wolf. Wayward Lone. Look, all these.
Yeah, this is not your stream though.
I know.
You're on my channel for once. For once. Normally I shitpost in his chat all day, but now the tables have turned and the shitposting.
Oh, I should have gotten a chat out to shitpost. I should have done.
That's how I first met you, shitposting.
Oh yeah, because I was shitposting in your chats back when you were my senpai too.
I know. I'm still your senpai.
Yeah.
You are my senpai, my only senpai. Give me subs when the algorithms work.
Oh, fucking A. Okay.
I love this.
Yeah.
Follow me on Twitter, you bastard. Come on, Layman. Follow me.
Hashtag follow, subscribe, like me on Snapchat.
Smash that motherfucking like button.
Hashtag
we are in
social security number.
We are in Aiden Paladin's house. Now, she's actually in the Hard Bastard's house, but this is her stream.
Yeah,
technically. So.
We in your mom's
Is that to
house.
say she's in your pocket?
You know, here's the thing. You are memeing about this, but I don't even know if I was part of it or if I just listened in. There is this infamous Internet Aristocrat stream where he apparently fingered his girlfriend.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Wow.
What a boss,
That's
Jim. Holy shit. I'm not surprised.
I think it's amazing.
Yeah, oh no. That is amazing.
Yeah, I respect
I like anytime I learn anything new about Jim, it always increases my respect for him.
Yeah.
You know what happened after that? He ended the Inter Aristocrat channel and then came
Is
back
that
to
why he
Cosmetica
ended
after
it?
that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well,
He did.
partly.
I didn't.
Partly. He was getting too big, and he always used to end it when he got too big. But now he needs the money, so now he's a whore, like the rest of us.
Yeah, that's sort of like pulling the opposite of a DSP. That was the guy who got, if you.
Oh, come on, online lag, come on.
Getting caught masturbating live on stream.
I'm sorry. What happened?
What the Dark Side Phil was masturbating on stream and got caught. And the best thing is that
how do you get caught masturbating?
Because he must have he just left it on. He's a Twitch streamer, right? And so you see his O face and everything, and then he just looks up and goes, "Oh, the camera's on."
Wow.
And then he plays, and he gets the fucking his sperm-ridden hands on his controller, and I'm like, is he gonna eat with that? Oh my god!
I'm sure. Absolutely sure.
Here's the thing. I don't know about you, Hard Bastard, but Aiden and CharmingMan, you haven't been on YouTube that long, have you?
No, not at all. October.
CharmingMan's been on for a while, but we're both Hard Bastard and I both started within a couple months of each other.
All right. So I was on YouTube for about 4 years now, and leaving a stream going while doing shit actually happens. There is a point at which you will just fucking forget about everything. And there's one infamous situation where I had my entire desktop full of research data, including just fucking names and everything.
Oh shit! No.
I tabbed out and I was doing research while talking to people, and only through the message on Skype from a friend that basically told me, "What the fuck are you doing, Layman?"
Oh my god.
Oh no. Yeah, see, I was nervous enough that I put up just an output, a data table that is stripped of all identifying information, but it's enough that if you gave enough shits to go look for that. Now, of course, as we've talked about, most people don't have any interest in actually looking research up. No, unless I'm sure to fuck with you. That would be probably the one time.
I've been on
exactly the right community sphere, genre, whatever, so that you don't have to be scared about people looking up your research.
I've actually technically been on YouTube for about 10 years, but I didn't have an account until 2010. I lost that one. Just lost it, and then I've got this one the year after, but I've only been doing shit for 2 years.
I watched for quite a few years. I mean, I've watched back in and out. I've watched some accounts since 2007. There's not many left that are still around, but I've watched much longer than I've actually been on it.
Oh sure, yeah. We were just talking earlier about I've been following T for forever because that's that old libertarian and cat shit. So I've always liked his stuff, but
yeah, he's fucking hilarious.
Oh, he is. I know. Yeah, I love T.
Someone in the chat just called us all amazing cunts. Thank you for the compliment.
Well,
was it with a K? Was it cunt with a K?
No, it was a C. Yeah. It was the bad one.
No, the chat keeps disconnecting, or we keep losing connection for it.
That's weird. I don't know why that's happening.
Oh well.
Let's reload it.
Okay. Fuck.
You're good.
Yeah. Knock over the mic.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to try to fix that, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Her bastard has gone under the table to fix something. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Of course, right. Yeah. That's...
we can tell how your breathing is increasing in rapidity. So.
Obviously, yes. Yeah, it should be extremely obvious right now.
Layman, what's your pickup line? What's your pickup line?
Oh yeah, that's
your chat up line.
Yeah, I actually do have one.
Do you?
Yeah. Whenever I find a potential partner of interest, like man or woman, I awkwardly sit next to him or her. Then I lick across his left, starting from chin upwards. I make a detour through his left nostril, to his eye, through his eyebrow, and I finish with a slurp towards his ear. And then I whisper in his ear, "You taste all right."
Let me guess. Works 100% of the time.
My man, it worked 1000% of the time. If it fails 9 out of 10 times, it still works 100%.
That's what Layman wants me to do to Sargon on July the 8th when I go to London, innit? That's when I rub his belly.
I know. I don't think he wants you to... Because if you do that, then 100% you will end up fucking him. And I think, yeah.
Here's the thing. That actually is like
that's awkward.
You know, in those fantasy movies where a dying character gives you a ring and it's like, oh, this is the secret sigil of something, and you're like, okay, and then you bring the ring somewhere and they're like, oh, a new grandmaster, shit like that. Rubbing Sargon's belly is basically my ring that I'm giving you. He will recognize you as his peer. he will.
Am I Zelda? Am I Link?
Yeah, this is a quest.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Okay. He will finally make you part of the skeptic community.
Yes, this is that. Well, I guess. This
Oh
is
no!
to truly enter the community.
Just this. Oh no.
To truly,
I'll have to pass. Well, I mean, yeah.
So now,
Oh,
I guess Layman has given out the secret to being a true part of the community.
to be a part of the community, you must give sexual favors.
Basically.
Yeah.
Well, that's handled.
Well, yeah, like you started 4 months before me, and then this started, so, and then my channel blew up, so,
Yeah.
well,
I sort of
case in
fucked
point.
I'm gonna give you a little bit of private content, so your stream is really good and nice,
Sure.
and spicy. My entire existence on YouTube can be summed up as me seeing other people overtake me. I saw it with B, with Crowd, with Edgy, with just about everyone ever that ever started anything on YouTube.
Apart from
And I swear
me.
to fuck that. Yeah, apart from you yet, but there will be a moment.
Nah.
And Aiden, the moment you overtake me,
No.
I don't know what, but I'm gonna do something drastic. Something fucking drastic.
Kamikaze,
That would be particularly, I guess, insulting since you've been the social scientist on this for so long, and I'll just show up and do the exact same shit, totally steal your shit.
It's really weird. Like,
I re-
yeah, it's basically exactly like that.
I've got an idea. You have a duel with guns, pistols at dawn. We'll sort it out. We'll settle it. Who can be the one?
We just have a duel with multivariate analysis. And everyone is like, what the fuck are they doing?
Now I am the 100% most sociological person. No, I am the most 100% sociological person.
That would be a
I have
really
all
easy
the
way
analyses.
to tank both of our channels if we just stopped being interesting, just basically started reading shit. That would work out great. So who could be more sociological?
It's like positive matter and antimatter. You cancel each other out when you meet. It might not be called positive matter, but I can't think of any other thing. I've had wine.
Well, I thought something we could talk about to make this really entertaining for everybody is about quantitative versus qualitative research methodology. Since we've
Is it the fucking 1960s again?
Oh yeah, man. Have a joint, and we'll talk about qualitative and quantitative. Oh,
yeah.
That's like the 60s thing, isn't it?
I'm just gonna take a wild guess, and I'm gonna cut this entire debate really short. Mixed methods are for the win. Tribalistic thinking is fucking retarded. Qualitative is good for an entry point. Quantitative is decent to actually get a descriptive level going.
You hear that, Spinosaurus kin? I mean, alternative facts.
That's it. And yeah, even though I have it's one of those things that it's like, and that was one of the first videos I made, is about accepting your biases, because, well, anytime that you go into a field of research, you have to do that. And I would accept that I do have a quantitative bias, that I tend to, knowing the value of mixed methodology, still prefer to do quant, because there's nothing, even though I understand that running SPSS, looking at a bunch of numbers is not for everybody.
We're making people hard in the chat, by the way.
Oh, good.
For quantitative research. In case you
Oh yeah, sociology. Yeah. I love it.
Well, I'm not a sociologist.
Oh wait, you're a psychologist, right?
I'm a media psychologist. It is it's more bullshit. It's like bullshit compounded. So.
You know what's interesting?
I think that's really the big difference. Your is like a niche, really like a diamond of bullshit. Sociology is this weird, like coal mine of bullshit.
It's like, yeah, that's a good metaphor, considering it's like just digging deeper and deeper and polishing the turd of bullshit until it becomes a diamond of bullshit. Yeah.
I did media studies at A level, which anyone wants to know what A level is essentially high school senior for Americans. I did media studies, and even they said that, like, you know how SEWs and some like conservative outlets will say that media influences people. That's called the hypodermic needle theory, isn't it? Well, they said that that's been debunked. Like, nobody believes that in media studies or psychology anymore.
Sure.
And they're still trotting it out again and again. It's like it's been disproven.
Sure, the theory that you're referencing there, yeah, it's the idea that the media injects ideas and beliefs and ultimately behavior.
I'm not familiar with the term. Are we talking about stimulus response or?
No, this
No,
is a
it's-
specific area of media psychology, or well, even prior to media psychology. So actually, man, and it's been so long that I do not know the citation anymore. That's depressing. I usually should.
I don't know.
But it was this hypodermic needle approach, and it was more a philosophy among early social psychologists who were studying the media, which is that so think about like the Bandura studies, the Bobo studies, where it was children witness something and then they repeat it because the media is injecting them directly with messages, attitudes, or behavioral change. That was totally debunked, and it's been debunked and over and over again. You know, one of the most infamous, well, not infamous, the most well-known and cited media theories is agenda setting function, which is McCombs and Shaw, and that essentially alone is proof that the media only affects what we think about in terms of what topics are hot, not what we think about those topics.
Well, listen, I really don't want to debate. I really don't like debating because I'm horrible at it.
Oh, I am too. So it would probably just be a constructive conversation.
I would make the argument that both framing and agenda setting are valid approaches.
Well,
yes.
Well, I mean, framing can affect perception, but in terms of like long-term behavioral change, the effect sizes are very small. So
yes, true, absolutely.
So, I mean, it can affect.
That's something that people are really just unaware of. I think that the layperson has this weird idea that there's like this one theory that's currently being discussed, and everything else is fucking garbage. When it's like it's fucking priming, framing, general aggression model. It's all those fuck tons of approaches to just measure how media actually impact our behavior, and everything is constantly struggling against each other.
Which is irritating, but it's not okay. So it's not something that you can expect the layperson to understand, right? It's just, it irritates me when you get people like Anita Sarkeesian, who, since she's been brought up so frequently recently again, and I've read her master's thesis. It is a mess.
You mean the master's thesis without a fucking formatting?
Yes. Oh. This is the type of joy, that only people actually in, I think, academia can get out of something so stupid. And
it's real social science hours.
Oh, it's such a mess. And for her to make claims constantly like, oh, the media does this, the media does that. It's like, no. And you're not citing the actual research on it, because you can, even the best studies and the best meta-analysis, the R values that they come up with, and these are like, I'm not even talking about aggression alone, because aggression is already being poorly measured, as you know, I went over. Like, the way we measure aggression is absolute bullshit, and there's all kinds of ethical reasons for that. It's too bad we have that horrible institutional review board that won't let us just torture people. If only it was still the 60s. Now that's, then we could maybe just really go ahead and get closer to measuring aggression and violence. But these by proxy measurements are so ill-equipped, and even then, and even with people using all kinds of bullshit to represent aggression, it's still, you don't see it higher usually than 0.20 in terms of meta-analytical effect sizes, which is, again, for social science, is not abysmal. We're gonna go off on a tangent. We guys probably knew this. You stepped in here with
well, no,
the
thing that you brought up about, as far as like that they can't really, I guess, for humane reasons. But I would argue that like some of the things, I think they could do more, but I guess people are kind of like,
it's a huge shit show to get research to before you even go. So this is something a lot of people probably don't know. You can't just go outside with a piece of paper and with like or printed out questionnaire and ask people to fill it out. You have to, and then publish it. I mean, you could obviously do that. You can do whatever the fuck you want, but you can't go publish any data that you collected there.
Okay.
Not in an academic journal, because you didn't go through an ethics review board. Any research that involves human participants has to go through a review of ethics.
So even if it was like valid, if your methods are considered inhumane.
Here's a really SJW thing about it, because part of it is that any question that you ask could potentially upset someone. That's part of what has to be considered in the ethics of allowing that research to be conducted.
Yeah, that's a It seems like it would get in the way of like finding out.
Yes, that was.
How the ship
You don't say.
Yeah, that is the issue there, is it not? Yeah, the stream, we keep losing the chat on our side. I don't know what kind of bullshit this is.
Yeah, same.
I'm
I'm able to connect to chat. Please try again later. Yeah.
I'm gonna nip out and get more wine from a co-op. So I'll be right back, y'all.
You
I'll
drank
be
that
right back.
entire bottle? You had like 75%.
Well, he's a
That's
charming man after all.
I love you, Layman.
All right,
Although
yeah.
maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just take this wine and leave it at that and not try. It's gonna close in an hour anyway. Probably no point.
I mean,
I'll be
yeah.
fine.
It's,
I don't usually drink my own anyway.
Speaking
your
of
own.
ethics, I read one of my guys, one of my goyim on my Discord server, suggested a paper to me to just glance over it, and I think it was titled Harry Potter and the Deathly Donald, and it's a literally analysis, and actually like empirical analysis of the attitudes of Harry Potter fans towards Donald Trump.
oh, that's fascinating. As a topic.
It actually is, but the entire paper is basically, I'm a big Harry Potter fan and I don't like Donald Trump.
Oh no! Oh no! Yeah. See, that's Well, what was the what was the basis? Was it like critical cultural research, or was it qualitative?
Give me a second. There is a
Chat's apparently fucked up everywhere. So
yeah. I think if I remember correctly, it was basically a two-parter.
Mhm.
The first was a short literary analysis to get out the themes of Harry Potter.
like
And the second
rhetorical
one, come again?
rhetorical analysis.
Not
That kind
necessarily
of-
rhetorical. I'm completely uneducated on literary analysis. He basically took like
Right.
a page to explain why Harry Potter is anti-authoritarian or something like that.
Oh my God.
Okay.
And then
You know what?
uh,
It's sad because I have actually at conferences and stuff listened to rhetoricians and these literary analysis people who do what, in my opinion, is actually very interesting work that can inform, that as a form of softer science, it can inform the quantitative stuff.
Mhm.
So it's easy to lump them in with the critical cultural stuff. I think that yes, but it is important to try and be skeptical and objective towards different forms of research.
Like there's this one sentence. I don't even remember where I heard it, but I definitely heard it on my channel once, maybe on a stream. I don't know. And I suggested to a person I was talking to I don't even know what paper it was. Just a paper, just hey, look at the findings on this and this page, and tell me what you think. And he told me that doesn't have to read the paper because he already knows it's bullshit.
No.
You don't say. You don't say.
Oh,
Haha, I don't have to read a publication because I already know it's bullshit.
No, that's the whole. That's so.
You have one job as a researcher. You literally have one job.
No, it gives me a bit of a migraine, but it's not that. It's the thing too, where it's like sometimes what I will see people do is they'll go to, if they want to sound scientifically literate, your upstairs neighbors are doing something.
They're moving furniture.
So, in order to pretend to be scientifically literate or whatever, to feign as such, we'll like go to Google Scholar, type in a search, and then just throw it up there. That is freshman undergrad level stuff, and everyone can see through it. But the problem is that it requires someone else to have a critical eye to bother and check your source.
Here's a little game that I actually like to play with friends from my department. We take large-ish or larger skeptic channels.
Mm-hmm.
And every time one of the sources he is actually using, preferably papers or other publications, is on the first page of Google, we take half a shot. And if it is among the first 5 results, we take a full shot. So it's basically a skeptic drinking game, and it's fucking horrible.
That's interesting.
Fucking
On the first page of Google or Google Scholar, I use it because sometimes. No. I mean, because Google Scholar does aggregate like if it's the seminal work, it does put that first.
And
I usually do seminal. Oh, okay. Because seminal citations, I often only do seminal citations because I'm not going to go in and do an entire fucking. I mean, unless I'm talking about a specific study, I'm not going to go through and do a whole, works cited amount of research to explain something. But like, yeah, first page of Google, that's interesting, and that is definitely a drinking game that I will engage in.
It's fucking horrible. Like the thing is, I think that a lot of them thinks that they are like hiding because it's true that if you don't, if you just use like, because I saw a debate today about race realism, right? So you would basically, if you look for race IQ correlation, you don't really get like that many actually scholarly publications going.
No, here's the thing.
If you look for, yeah, sorry, you go ahead.
Oh no, I've finished. If you look for what?
If you look for something like race IQ correlation journal or race IQ correlation study or race IQ correlation PDF, that's a whole different story.
You will find that, yeah. And that's right. And that was because like Ape and I were talking. Have done some actually research. I was doing some research with them or looking through some research, and actually was able to come up with some. I think maybe. Now I can't do a whole lot without having the actual data, so looking at these secondhand, but I can look at some of the information that would be about race. And yeah, now after this thing, but again, that's actually looking at the information, which is always the extra step. Now for me, that's the most fun part, but that's why I am who I am, So the part I hate most about making videos is recording it, because I don't like having to actually talk. I just want to research stuff.
I fucking hate editing. Recording is fun, but editing is just,
Actually, I'm the opposite. I like editing the videos. That's fun for me. But that's
you have a moving background. It's fucking easy for you. I gotta do crazy shit.
Oh, I know. Yeah, okay. So I know I did the Skeptic TM moving background as a stationary avatar, or excuse me, bunches of images that are, quote, animated by changing the fucking image. It's so difficult to do. This is high quality production, folks.
I can't talk shit about any of that because I just hit record.
Let me cut out.
What's that?
Oh no, I thought
record my life, daddy.
But yeah, I know that's the fucking meme. Yeah, I hate recording. Hey, you pulled up.
Oh, I pulled your earphone out. Grab one for the coffee cup. My apologies.
Fucking couple problems. I hate you.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but let me just get real quick, real emotional here. Quick. I am super happy that more people from the social sciencey corner are doing shit on YouTube, because I can't stand the current reputation of my field. I can't.
Oh, I was just talking to you about this, to Hard Bastard about this, like maybe an hour ago. This field has been so, and we talked about this briefly as well, is that like the average person, particularly after Gamergate, right? Gamergate destroyed, in terms of, I would think the people who watch videos like this, destroyed any reputation that social science ever had, if it ever did have one. And that's
with those people,
with those people and the people who watch stuff on YouTube like this, yes, was that the idea is that social science is all feels, no reals. It is all completely, it's all cultural Marxism. There's no numbers involved. They just make shit up and they just publish this crap. Now, I would not deny that there are feminist critical cultural scholars who go to the National Communication Association conference, and trust me, they don't come to my panels and I don't go to theirs. But we're all in the same umbrella of social science. And it is, as with most things, the people who screech the loudest are the most visible.
Yes.
Were you saying that they, like, when you go to the conventions or whatever, they all like get together?
Well, I mean, they all look like me.
Have like a different.
Sure, they all have multicolored hair, and they're all well, I mean, I'm not morbidly obese, but they all kind of walk in a pod from this panel to that panel about whatever. Now conventions, academic conventions are very fun, not only as good networking opportunities for communities, but also because everyone just gets drunk, and it's fun to hear research that sometimes you wouldn't be exposed to, like listening. I don't read rhetorical journals. I don't, and that's that's a flaw in the field actually. Is that in general, and you and I, Layman, are in different aspects, and that's the whole thing. Like people, I think that you and I are probably do the same thing when that's not the case at all.
I think we only overlap really like in the communication department. And
Well, yeah.
I think like well, if you don't treat the theory of systems as a strictly communication theory, then
systems theory though.
Yeah.
Oh god, I don't even want to get into systems theory.
Shall we talk about whether it's actually called theory of systems?
Okay.
Okay. That's
is it time?
Would that get really into getting everyone to leave this? Let's talk about the.
You need to explain this to me.
No, don't.
I don't want to get into theory of whatever the fuck you want to call it. I hate it. It's you got it. Okay, so it's fast, but it's one of those things in social science that I just hate because it has no boundary limits. Oh, and I've had people who don't understand social science very much who are ask me things like, oh, it's like a unifying theory like there would be in physics or something. It's like, no, not in the least. Actually, we need all theory to have boundary limits in order for it to be a theory. And so systems I have an issue with that. Just like uses and gratifications, I fucking hate that theory. I hate uses and grats because it's like, oh, anything I can. It's one of those things that I think that people who don't necessarily know what they're doing or don't care, like where people will use grounded theory to go into qualitative work. When oh my god, this is not going to make sense to fucking anybody.
And that's fucking amazing. Fuck the normies, to be honest. This is a social science safe space.
Yeah, fuck me. I'm a normie in comparison to you guys.
That's okay. That's why I had you, Charmy. That's why I got you guys on to be the confused normies.
Well. I can usually follow along too.
I'm gonna be unprofessional and eat a sandwich.
That's okay. That's
all
right.
Can you make it like in a really erotic way? Like
exactly, please. Eat it like you were eating it for Sargon. You know what I mean?
Eating it for Sargon's like this. Oh, you're a garbage human being, Carl.
Could you like eat, dude? Okay. Aiden, here's what you should do. You should cosplay.
What? Hang on, I missed that. What's up?
I missed that.
You should cosplay as Anita Sarkeesian and do a femdom porn with Sargon while calling him a garbage human. I would literally give you everything I have in my wallet right now.
You're a social scientist. I think I know what that amounts to.
Mm-hmm. Actually, here's the thing. I was smart. I went into I can't disclose. I went into private employment.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
And I'm swimming in cash, my man.
Okay, so I'll give the in media psych. There is an infamous and this is the thing. Like, as someone still in the academy, I might leave. We'll see. There's this guy, Nick Yee. It was actually his study. It was his doctoral dissertation. When I read it as an undergrad, I said, I don't want to do anything else but this ever. And that's a very nerdy thing to say. But he basically discovered something called the Proteus effect, which is this idea that when we have digital bodies or avatars, physical effects that you would feel in the real world. For example, in the original study, it was assessing height. And short people, if you know, there's a lot of research on this, and they actually use it sometimes as just in addition to the short research, but also there's this negotiation game that you see in a lot of negotiation and persuasion research. And what it basically showed, what the data show consistently, is that short people will take the shitty end of a deal when negotiating with a tall person because there's a power differential. And he found that it scaffolded onto a digital body. So even if you're 6'9", or like tallest fucking person on the planet, if you're put into an avatar and you're given a short digital body, you would take a shittier deal. And I thought that was astounding research. Now, Nick Yee was working with Jeremy Bailenson out of UC Davis, another great scientist who does a lot of research on virtual reality. And Nick Yee, however, decided, I'd rather go work for Activision and make 6 digits. 7 digits, maybe.
Yeah.
Because Because I guarantee he's making probably in the millions level or near that, working for Activision, doing all kinds of research on how people use video games. Now, here's the interesting thing. If you bring up Nick Yee in academic circles, it's like, hush. We do not mention his he who must not be named. the traitor. Yes, well, yeah, because he's the traitor.
You were supposed to be the chosen one. You were meant to save social sciences, not destroy them.
He's a David Sherratt, isn't he? He's the Spinosaurus kin of academia, essentially.
Well, it was more, but here's the thing. He like continues to do research, but the thing is, once you're out, once you are working for a private company, you can't publish research anymore. I mean, you can do your own shit. You can, but you know that there is stigma because you can. The idea is that you can be bought now. No, I mean if you submit your shit, but then again, like I don't even know if you're outside of it. How do you get access to an IRB? And I don't know how this works in Europe, but in the US, obviously we can't publish anything without IRB approval. So you have to be working through a university, which means if you're not working with a university, you can't actually publish anything in a journal. I would think not. I mean, he writes his own books and stuff still, and he still runs a blog where he keeps track of his data. But the whole idea is it's, foo, stick up our nose at you, Yee, for we won't look at any data you collect. And, I couldn't cite it in an academic in my research either. Like his blog. I guess I could, but that would be, also very no-no.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm, as you well know, I'm not yet published, so I'm really uneducated on the topic of publishing practices yet. Publishing
is, it's such a shit show, but it's interesting, and I think this is another thing that people don't know about, and even if you don't know about it, this might be interesting. I think this is part of what tarnishes social sciences is they think we'll just suck ourselves off in a circle jerk. And that does happen. Well, I mean, not in academic journals. That happens at the conventions in a private hotel room, but
also, can I just interject?
You think that Paladin is memeing right now, yeah? But she didn't say a single fucking false thing in the past 10 minutes.
Can I just interject and say, Layman, are you telling me you haven't popped your cherry yet?
Yeah, I am a journal virgin yet.
Ooh.
Which also is kind of confusing because of the doctor aspect, which is like...
I know, you're not a doctor.
I'm not.
You lied to me! You lied to me! Lied to all of you. I will steal more of your memes, you bastard. You lied.
Now you're specifically going to get...
I will murder you.
oh, cyber violence. Dens be fighting words.
Charm is now going to become a shrimp-pilled alt-centrist.
Oh, no, I already am.
No.
I already am.
No, those are my words. This is not a costume, this is who I am, and this is not a
No, I think you'll find it. I am shrimp-pilled bastard.
I want you to leave.
I want you to leave now.
Oh, no.
There's one guy, Dubsky, who can actually mimic me like really well. Like actually really well.
I can mimic you quite well. Yes, I can.
No, you can.
It's not quite there yet. But if you work on it, what you can do, work on it, dedicate yourself to that, then steal his memes, and then just make another YouTube channel.
I will dedicate myself to impersonate you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I can't contain my excitement.
But let's see. In terms of publishing, the interesting thing is that I see so much idea that we all. I mean, there is dick sucking, but any decent journal is going to be blind peer reviewed. The problem is that blind peer review does not work as well always as it should. Because sometimes when you're a reviewer, you get really fucking used to reading someone else's writing style.
Yep.
So, but there are still good journals where they have enough of a rotation of scientists who maybe aren't. And really, it should be. The problem is, so this is the conundrum, right? You need someone who's capable of understanding the research and understanding whether or not it's valid, understanding the citations without needing to do excessive research themselves, So someone inside the field, but also someone who's not read every single paper you've ever published, and being able to immediately identify. So one of my advisors has a very distinct writing style, and I call them advisors. I have a real advisor, and then like another one that's not official. And the unofficial one, you can tell his writing from a mile away.
Not only the writing, but is it the same overseas in the United States that your lettering, your spacing, your formatting, and most importantly your font actually says quite a bit about your political affiliation?
Does it?
If anybody tries to publish anything other than 12-point Times New Roman in absolute strict adherence to APA, it's not going in any comm journal.
Oh, I'm not talking about the actual journal content. I'm talking about like if you publish something on your own website, if you publish a manual paper, something like that.
Oh, shoot.
Like for example, here in Europe, if you, for example, are like one of the new hip smart people, then you use Latino linotype. If you are like one of the old guard, you use Courier or some variant of Courier.
Huh.
And it's like a tiny difference actually.
Yeah, but when you're submitting, when you are submitting to a journal, it's going to be in 12 Times New Roman APA formatting.
Hope so.
Oh,
I hope so.
How hilarious! I mean, then you'd be Anita Sarkeesian.
Haha, what's the fucking block formatting? Haha.
Oh my god. Oh.
You're just a garbage human, Aiden. Like, you know.
Yeah.
I guess I am.
Doing that to her.
Well,
you know, ripping on her fonts. How dare you do such a thing like that?
No, more than anything, my issue with her was that her diss was just.
Was it really that bad? I've not read it. I've never done a master's. I've only done a degree. So,
honestly, I didn't find it absolutely horrible, but it was far more suited for like maybe a bachelor's or something.
That was the issue. I think that was like a 2 or 3 year degree that she received that after, and that is not how you it's not master's level work. It read to me like a really extended long piece of freshman work. I'm sorry. People want you to talk.
Holding a woman to any kind of standards is clearly sexist, so I don't really understand what the problem is.
Yeah, Aiden. Stop being a gender traitor. Come on.
Gender traitor. No.
Yeah, because clearly I am. Or I'm a trap. It's one or the other.
Yeah, you're definitely not a trap.
You sure?
Well, Hot Bastard would know that.
No. Not that there's anything wrong with traps.
Well, yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with traps. I mean,
I fucking love how everyone's just tiptoeing around traps whenever I'm in the street. I fucking love it.
What's your stance on traps?
It's the giant cock in the room, I guess.
That's Layman likes.
Okay, you know what? Let's have the trap debate. Okay?
Oh, go on then.
Name a single gay thing about traps.
I'm on your side though, so they're gonna have to do it.
Okay, the dick. Okay, no, shut up, Aiden. You said the dick, right?
Yes, I did.
Dicks.
But you are straight, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So you are gay because you have a dick.
Well, no, because they're going to use the dick on you, and if you're straight and you get with them, that's pretty gay.
Okay, let me try a different approach here. Okay. So,
I can't wait.
I think we can both agree that feelings are gay, right?
No,
feelings are gay.
Feelings are feelings.
No, I wouldn't go.
My nigga, feelings are super gay.
What if you
like? I feel
but
this
what?
way. And...
Gay is
What do you mean, like happy?
Like gay,
Happy?
but not like actually homosexual.
Like
You
happy?
are really cramping my style right now. Yeah,
No,
really.
unfortunately, it's a bit more nuanced maybe than you're used to.
Yeah,
less
don't
nuanced.
Underestimate.
Is it more nuanced or less nuanced?
I don't even
Hey
know.
guys, let this be a lesson. Don't underestimate the power of two straight guys coming together to form one big like Super Saiyan.
Anti-cock.
We're doing the fusion dance right now. That's what me and Hot Bastard are doing.
Is that a reference to Steven Universe?
No, that is wow. See,
No, Dragon Ball.
he's a massive normie.
Yeah.
Can you
I am
imagine?
a total normie.
Do you understand like how difficult it is for me sometimes?
It is. She'll like text shit, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? I don't even understand.
No, the fusion dance. The fusion dance. Dragon Ball Z is fused together temporarily or permanently. Some of them do, some of them don't, and they form a completely new person, which is like 50-50 them. And it's like the power is magnitudes times more powerful. So like Vegeta did it with Goku, but it was meant to be permanent, and they did it as a last resort, but it turned out not to be for whatever
Doesn't
reason.
understand your references.
But it
my
wasn't
dude.
it wasn't in regards to traps though, right? And Dragon
It
Ball.
is
No.
two men becoming
That's
one.
a shame. They should put traps in that.
It is two men
True.
becoming one.
Dragon Ball Trap is coming soon. To when Goku discovers that Bulma might have something hidden down there. Oh, that'd be Vegeta because that's his wife. Okay,
yeah.
I'm getting a bit
I
too
don't think they got married. If this ends up in like an anime discussion, then we've really gone off the rails.
They did have a relationship, didn't
Well,
they? Like Trunks.
There's two
Trunks
of them.
is their
Children.
Yeah.
It's Bra and Trunks. So yeah, I think they fucked at least twice. There's just physical.
honestly like. I can't believe they got together. Like it was meant to be Yamcha, and then they broke up, and then she got with Vegeta.
No, Bulma wanted
Interesting.
Goku's D, so it was the second best thing. Again, if this ends up in a
Nah,
fucking
Vegeta's-
anime conversation, what the fuck? This is
I know.
I was just about to say social sciences, with Tata talking about the differences and similarities between quantitative research and with cucking Yamcha.
No, Yamcha didn't get cooked. To be fair, they broke up, so it's okay.
No, my man, don't you know that a man like marks a woman and then it's like
What's-
his
what's
property?
that theory or that quote? It's not. Well, I'm sure they. What's that? That pseudoscience of that women, if they have had sex with other men,
Oh,
that
you
they're
mean,
the
you mean
subsequent
that
children.
they save up like the DNA in their vagina?
Yeah, they save the DNA.
Oh, God.
What's that called?
My
Like-
man.
Like, do they know that if I had sex with somebody who just had sex with another person and he comes inside her, if I
No,
come
no.
inside her,
That's
my
not the theory.
sperm would destroy his sperm. That's what happens.
No, that's not the theory. The theory is that like if you fuck,
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying,
Okay.
like that's what happens.
I mean, I don't know if they. I don't think they fight. I don't think that's.
Something happens where the sperm that was there kind of loses to the sperm that takes its place or something. I don't
No,
know.
it's the idea is that like there's something about the human body that saves up the DNA of always, of course, the black forward partner usually
Yeah.
that then when she chooses to, or some inferior partner, whatever, then carries through when she actually becomes impregnated by another dude. It's a total crackpot craziness, but I see it
I
posted.
love that. I see that as like cooks trying to imagine the scientific basis for their cookery. So
I think it's more like just another way to be like women are shitty, which is fine. I mean, there's reasons, but come up with a
Women are
better
kind of
reason.
shitty, to be honest.
It's true. No, it's true. Like, just come up. There's better reasons. There's reasons way more based in actual science. So,
hey Layman, is there a sexual element to the shrimp pill? You need to explain the shrimp pill. Come on.
I want you to leave so hard.
But you love me too much.
Yeah, true, to be honest. So the shrimp pill actually, like, it's a really fun story, but it really loses its charm when you explain it to a normie. So
well, that's the
this-
problem.
I'm
Memes are
not-
always ruined when
I'm
you
not-
explain them.
Yeah.
No, to them, I get it.
Okay.
But, you know.
Sure.
Okay, so the shrimp pill, it basically went like this. We were shit fucked drunk. Just there's this one. Okay, the Eastern Europeans have a fantastic way of making metaphors, and there is this one metaphor for being so drunk that I was as drunk as a Tsarist officer during the revolution. And we were basically just fucking dying and shit talking about Alex Jones and shit like that. And at one point we were talking about the spectrum of pills. And because the mantis shrimp has really fucked up eyes and can see like the entirety of colors that we can't even imagine, we kind of came up with the idea that it's probably eating pills for breakfast. And that's the shrimp pill.
That's the
Mantis shrimp are
pill.
awesome in general, though, because they create those. They punch so fast. I believe it was.
That's pistol shrimps.
Oh, it's pistol shrimp. I thought those were mantis shrimps. All right.
Here's the thing, we confused both of them together as well. So for us, the mantis shrimp and the pistol shrimp are exactly one and the same.
So I want to bring it back to something. So apparently, small people have
Got
less
nowhere to live.
signals with like taller people. What's the heights of everybody here? I'm 5'8.5".
I'm 4'2".
Yep, that's what I
Actually, funny.
anticipate.
I'm
Hard
6'3",
bastard.
how-
I
Yeah,
thought you were 6 foot.
I think you're.
Yeah, I'm 6'3". What are you?
I'm 5'7".
Yeah. Okay.
Just a little bit smaller than me. Oops.
Yeah, I'm tall for a woman. It's because I'm not.
You're a paladin. You've got to be tall.
Well, I guess so. I always thought that was average, but I guess it's tall.
Speaking of paladin, red pill me on your stolen phrases, Altana.
Oh, I didn't. Well, first of all, it's better. And
Shut up. That's stolen valor right there. That's fucking
not
stolen
stolen
valor
valor.
right there.
I did not even
Fuck
think
off.
about it. I did not even think about
I
it.
will
Like,
fight you.
I really did not think about it because
Fine.
it's a different meaning, though. It's a different meaning than
will-
that one. No, it's different. No, it's totally different because I didn't know what to end shit on. I was like, I should have a catchphrase or something. I think now I'm going to change it. I'm going to still say it, but I think if I had a catchphrase, it's got to be like cite your sources or something way more social science related than something totally unrelated. Because Altana Volt is I played Final Fantasy 11 from 2002 to 2015 or some shit. I was obsessed with this online game to a really probably unhealthy extent at some point. And I based a lot of the aesthetics of my channel on that. And I've used the name Aiden Paladin very sparsely in the past, to the point where you won't find shit because the website that it was on does not exist anymore. To the point where I've double checked, you can't find the website that it was on anymore. Because it involved nerd rap. And
I don't look at me. I don't know anything about that.
oh, you don't know anything about that? Okay. Anyway, it involved nerd rap, and that doesn't exist. That was the only other thing that was involved with it. And yeah, so I was a paladin in the game, and that was it. And Altana is the goddess of light and justice in Final Fantasy 11. That's it. It's just
FN11. I never played that. Yeah, I used to have the screensavers as a kid. I never
really
played it.
fun game.
Was
It
it?
was actually no, it wasn't. Actually, that's a lie. It was a horrible. It was a very brutal and unwelcoming and in terms of the game itself, the community was was great. But
I never played it because it was MMO. I was really disappointed in them because after playing Final Fantasy X, which is one of my first PS2 games, I got that on the Christmas day that I got my first PS2, and I was just disappointed.
Final Fantasy X.
Then I got
actually,
10 too.
You know what? In 93 is
It wasn't
indicative.
my first.
Hang on, 93 is indicative of the year of your birth, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
so
it used to be.
I'm 3 years younger than you, or older than you. Excuse me, I'm 3 years older than you. But I also had that exact experience of opening a PS2 and getting getting FF10. So I feel
You
like
know what's weird about FF10? FF10, the voice acting gets better as you get through the game.
You mean like
But at
as
the beginning-
you start to accept it?
No, I think it legit gets better.
Habitalization theory. I see what
No, seriously, as it becomes more serious and less comedic, it becomes
No,
better.
yeah, no, it does make sense. Yeah, it starts to become normalized because your brain starts to interpret this type of communication as normal.
Well, no, because like I still think the laughing scene is shit, but everything else after that is better. Like
I replay that game
unbelievably better. And
I replay that game every year. I don't think so.
it's weird though because they had such a good cast, like John DiMaggio, James Arnold Taylor.
It does have John DiMaggio in it, yes, but he's doing like
James Arnold.
he's doing like the worst character in terms of doing his like worst Jamaican voice.
It's meant to be Pacific
Yes.
Islander, isn't it? But he does
No.
Kimari. Kimari.
This is some more like we've ended up in like the realm of weeaboo shit. Stop. Like
The thing is,
Charming, we should talk about if we're gonna talk about some gay ass nerd shit, at least we gotta talk about Doctor Who again because you're obviously an expert because you're British, dude.
Are you basing this on that Twitter conversation? Oh, okay. I used to love modern Doctor Who, but then Matt Smith came along. But I don't blame Matt Smith. I think he's a good actor. But the writing, when Russell T Davies left, it went to shit. Like just nosedive. Like Moffat, just like I am the greatest God Emperor of law and everything that's ever been. And now we're at this state where it's like social justice in it.
This
But
will be more nerd
it's
shit,
always
no
been
one will
there.
Understand, but it goes in totally different directions.
Technically, it's true. Technically, it's always been there, but in the mid 2000s, it was more acceptable because, let's be honest, on British TV and most TV in general, weren't many gay characters, weren't many. No, I guess there was a load of coloured people around, but in terms of the numbers, not as much as Doctor Who. But I let them pass because it's Russell T Davies, and he broke ground before with Queer as what was it? Queer as something. It was a really groundbreaking TV series, the US adaptation. And Moffat just took that and went straight down the rabbit hole. With Matt Gatiss. Matt Gatiss is a good writer. He's not shit, but Moffat has changed him, and it's really a shame because he did this brilliant documentary series about horror. He went from not from the beginning, kind of more like the beginning of Hollywood horror, so Universal monsters. And did Hammer horror, and then he did the 70s and the 60s with the serial killer thing, the slasher horror thing. Mm-hmm. He's brilliant. He didn't even coat in any politics whatsoever. It was brilliant. And then he writes shit now, and it's like, oh.
Well, I mean, we were talking last night, or was it yesterday? Yeah, about
it was,
that Doctor Who episode that I couldn't tell if it was red pilled or not. Like, oh fuck.
Yeah. He has killed people. No,
it's not about killing people. It's about you made an episode that what I'm fairly sure, and I don't mind saying like if it's videos that I'm working on, I don't mind talking on stream. That it really does appear that there's an episode of Doctor Who where the writers by accident criticize migrants, which is well, I don't know if you did that on purpose.
I like how in this series though Capaldi just said no more romance, please.
Well, thank God.
Capaldi, bitch.
Thank God. And I sent you that video too, because that was it was the fan base had become really in need of a good cleansing.
They're toxic as fuck, man. But they're not toxic in like a Steven Universe toxic. They're just fucking
no, it just became full of 13-year-old girls who had never seen like the really old cheesy sci-fi shows. And that's fine, but just bring back an old dude and immediately they flee.
Was like William Hartnell, which I assume they must know of, was the same age.
No, they don't know who William Hartnell is. They have no clue who that is. 99% of people don't know who William Hartnell doesn't know who that is. That's the first Doctor, Britain's
greatest character actors.
Yes.
I am the first Doctor.
He was, yeah.
You're the first Doctor?
Shut up, Dr. Layman.
Yeah, we could get back to sociology or social science, whatever. I don't know.
I like just hanging out.
Just bullshitting. I mean, it was a bullshit stream where she's posting live.
I'm not used to like not having to talk the whole time. It's fantastic.
Hey, John Woo films, man. We need to talk about John Woo films.
All right, fantastic. What's your favorite number one John Woo film?
It's got to be fucking Hard-Boiled. Hard-Boiled, man.
I love Hard-Boiled. I don't necessarily disagree. The Killer, though, story-wise, it like combines the drama with the action. But I will accept Hard-Boiled, no problem.
I agree with that statement. It definitely has the more powerful storyline. It's stronger. But Hard-Boiled is like the apex of his style. Like in terms of if you want to introduce someone to it.
Oh yeah,
Hard-Boiled. Because the story isn't shit. It's kind of just like there. The action is more the thing that pushes it.
Yeah, I would argue it's one of, if not the greatest action film ever made. You can put The Raid into that though. Those are more recent. Those are amazing.
The Raid is shit. Sorry.
The Raid is great.
The Raid is amazing. There's two of them. Even the second one was good with the girls with the hammers. That was the shit.
Oh, that was great. I remember that now. Yeah, I've seen both of them. There's a third one coming out, right?
You right now, okay. And I'm gonna say that the choreographies in The Raid are shit.
Go on, explain it.
There is like I actually deal with like I'm a fence. I do a lot of fighting myself, and there is a limit after which it becomes unbelievable that you're.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It is bullshit. Scene. Yes.
Yeah, I mean they are taking so much. Honestly, like there are fights where I probably would have died after the first hit.
Oh yeah, it's like they're like total superhumans. It's definitely not realistic. What would you consider like what's like a realistic action movie that's there's no like bullshit?
Actually,
I say Hard-Boiled.
John Wick made everything right, I think.
I have to admit this is blasphemous, but I have not seen John Wick or the second one yet.
Really good.
I haven't seen them. Not yet. I will.
I have such bad expectations for modern action movies that when people say it's good, I'm like, probably.
I'm gonna fucking tell you. The movie is made by stuntmen for stuntmen. I shit you not.
I think I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Have you seen?
Well, that means we're going to. No, guys, I'm a sci-fi spurg. I have seen almost no. So I had not seen.
What's that?
What's the name of the movie?
Better Tomorrow?
I had not seen either.
Yeah, I showed her at Better Tomorrow 1 and 2.
Better Tomorrow. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Number 2 is better though.
I like two better, and the number 2 shootout's my favorite one of all time. I'm not arguing it's the best one, but
at the end where they just mow them down and they get so many bullets in them and they still survive.
Yeah, and they're sitting on the couches. That's such a badass scene. I love that.
No, I didn't do that. Yeah, but it's not my. Like, I grew up with like old school Star Trek and old Doctor Who, where it's like I'm the spurgiest of like lamest. I don't have enjoyable hobbies at all.
Aiden, have you seen Resurrection of the Daleks? Resurrection.
Yes.
No, is it? You know the one Peter Davidson?
I'm pretty sure. Wait,
what is kill count?
Oh, the kill count. No. I wasn't talking about like when I was talking about the Doctor being aggressive.
No, this was to do with him. He wasn't aggressive in that. Well, he tried to be with Davros, but
yes.
No, the point I'm trying to make is the kill count was bigger than Terminator. More people died in a single episode of Doctor Who in the 80s than Terminator.
It's how it was handled that I liked that kind of stuff. It's why I've always been a fan of Star Trek, and I like Star Wars because I know that absolutely. By the way, you can't say that you don't like Star Wars. I grew up with that my whole life. Well, I used to not like Star Wars when I was a kid. I used to act. I know it's blasphemy. I'm gonna lose. My channel is done. This is it. I was saying that when as a kid, I did not like Star Wars, only because I thought it was silly. And no, again, this is someone who thought that the original 1967 Star Trek was like the pinnacle of science fiction. So that's not a logical point of view to have. But I was also a child, so it took me a long time to come to like Star Wars and appreciate it more from a Joseph Campbellian hero's journey point of view, which is still how I enjoy Star Wars, is from Joseph Campbell, from the hero's journey. I find it fascinating, modern example of the new hero myth. That's astounding to me.
What I want to know is, have you seen Bullet in the Head, Hard Bastard?
No, that is the one that I have not seen.
That was one of the first that I saw. Like when I first saw Hard Boiled, I went and just binge watched him. But I didn't see it Better Tomorrow till this year, I think. Well, both of them.
Are you sure it's watching the normie as me? Or
isn't Bullet in the Head more like kind of like a war, like kind of more serious? Not really, like kind of like
yes, it's set in the Vietnam War.
Like yeah.
But the thing is, the reason it's like that is because Day of Tomorrow 3, made by Sui Hark, there was a creative difference between him and John Woo. So John Woo made Bullet in the Head, and then Sui Hark made number 3. And like, if you want, I don't know actually, because I'm not seeing 3, so I can't say definitively what is the definitive version.
I don't even consider it. Like when I bought the box sets, I just ignore the third one, and I'm like, whatever, that's not even part of this. I just don't like it.
Bullet in the Head, you'll probably like. It's a bit more hard hitting than a lot of his other films. It was got a bit depressing at some points, but the action's good. But some of it's not filmed by him. He took it from other films, but it's still pretty good. It's not as good as Hard Boiled. It was 2 years before that.
Did you like any of his United States movies?
I briefly saw a bit of Wind Talker when I was like 12 with my dad, but because it was World War II. So like we were into that. We're into that, me and my dad. And it's like he's more of a Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'm more John Woo because it's guns and shit.
Yeah, I like guns.
I like karate. I love kung fu and stuff like that, but the guns are better.
I'm about to lose my boyfriend here. There's a whole new.
It's mine now.
I know. Like gay action movie. What did you call it? Fusion.
Oh, excuse me, I used that word.
Fusion. Is that what it called?
Yeah, it's gun fu. Gun fu is what they called it, I think.
No, the shit you were saying before with the fusion. Is that what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm. Do you mean the fusion?
Yeah. Did you see Face Off?
I've not seen Face Off yet.
It's not bad. A lot of people don't like it. I liked it. I thought it was good. Face Off and Mission Impossible 2 are probably the only two passable.
Oh, I like Mission Impossible movies. I like those.
The second one is a John Woo movie. But the rest of his shit, like Paycheck and those were awful.
It's the same with Chow Yun-fat. He was one of his biggest actors who he worked with. He could have made it in the West, but he picked the wrong projects. Like he's clearly charismatic.
Oh, he's fantastic.
He's one of those actors. He's one of those actors who doesn't need to say a word to convey anything. Like he's like, look, Mel Gibson's the same. Steve McQueen was the same. Who else is like that?
He did.
I'd say Drive. He was in Drive again. The Canadian guy. You know who I mean?
Yeah, who is it?
I think you mean Ahmed Skeptic.
I'm gonna look it up.
Oh shit.
Hang on, I'm gonna bring it up. I know who it is now. It's
Was it Greg in that movie?
Jesus.
I'm
It
making an
was-
obvious
Yeah.
joke.
Like
Okay.
it keeps. Why does it? Is it Driver or is it? It's Drive, yeah, but it won't come up in Wikipedia. Come on,
Wait, isn't that
lads.
the guy that was just in that movie that like it got critical acclaim and they were just like dancing? and
Ryan
shit?
Gosling.
Oh, Ryan
Yeah,
Gosling.
Ryan
Oh
Gosling.
yeah.
He can-
What was
he
that
can do
movie?
that.
La La Land. Ugh.
Ryan
Yeah,
Gosling
I don't wanna-
is amazing, not gonna lie.
He's a good actor.
No,
and he can
Layman,
act
don't,
without saying
please.
anything.
I will lose respect for if you find Ryan Gosling attractive.
I don't find him
I don't find him
attractive, but
attractive.
his story of how he became a dancer is actually really heart moving.
Oh, okay.
And,
Yes.
well,
He just has so
it's
many
classic
completely
Hollywood.
people who are just like who worship his attractiveness, which I.
The thing about that film is it's celebrating a kind of Hollywood that doesn't exist anymore from like 20s and the 30s when musicals began. Well,
Sure,
by 20s, I
but
mean like 28,
interesting
29.
The interesting thing is that period of time, there are countless films from that era that are celebrating the same time while not being sort of Oscar bait.
People don't watch. Well, people do watch it, but people would rather watch revisionist kind of stuff
Sure, I do get it
for whatever reason.
but it's
Like,
sort
why
of,
would you- why
it's
would
sort
you
of
know when
Hollywood
that's
dick
there?
sucking. It's like we made this film to suck our own dicks.
We're marveling at the people who, if they looked at Hollywood now, would be absolutely aghast in horror. Like even like
Degeneracy.
no, how shit it is, and how even though back then they were money making, they still had artists, and the producers
Sure.
believed in the art. Like Irving Thalberg for Universal, he literally made a film by F.W. Murnau called Sunrise, and the Murnau said, "Why are you making this? Like it's just an art house film." And he's like, "Well, we make enough money, we can afford a more artistic enterprise." And it's like they miss that enterprising spirit these days. They don't bother doing that type of stuff. And I think that's what they miss. They miss someone like him who, even the big blockbuster budget films, he took a lot of care into that to make sure that they got made and they were made perfectly. And his thing was films are not made, they're remade.
Go watch some of those old Depression era cinema. It's astounding the amount of effort and the decadence because it was made to be a distraction from the depression.
You sound somewhat of like a movie buff. Does the term Metropolis ring a bell for you?
Oh
Yes, 1927.
Metropolis is
brilliant
one of
film.
the greatest films ever made. And now
Yeah, go ahead.
there's people who think that everything that came out of Weimar was absolutely degenerate and awful, but Metropolis
It wasn't degenerate. It was no different to any
and,
other European city and country.
Well, no. The Weimar Republic, the people, the Nazis out there will claim that was it was
It was no different to like America or Britain. We had our own like
it was a little
expressionist art house people.
It actually was different. There was an element of
Well, yeah, I
understanding
guess
German
so.
mentality of the time is kind of complicated, and it was
Yeah.
a sort of the very first breach of Prussian militarism, of Prussian discipline. So for the first time, you basically had this big happiness, modern art, and it was like a rebellious teenager in a way.
Yeah, very much.
But what I mean is, I know they had a different style, but in terms of like Europe, like the more liberal ones, it was no different to like my country.
I think Weimar was different though. It was a difference both in the change in the culture and but it was also, you have to look at the art that came out of that period was
expressionism.
Some of that it was sort of unparalleled in some ways. Now, depending on who you ask, it was the communist influence or whatever. I don't know if I agree. I think Weimar was actually on the roads to being a successful society. They got fucked up by politics, a lot of very complex politics that I have spoken about in the past, and a lot of my concern for modern politics comes from that. But
I've actually got a film question for you two. So, what does German expressionist film and Casablanca have in common? Which actor, more specifically, did they have in common?
I would know. There it is.
Which actor
We got the
did he have
correct
in it?
answer.
What was it? Did he say it? Did Layman say it?
Yeah, my dick.
My dick.
Oh yeah, you dick. Yeah, come on, be serious, guys. Come on. I'm doing general.
I don't know. I don't honestly know. I really don't.
Layman should know. Come on, Layman.
My
Casablanca, the
dick.
German guy. Apart from your dick,
Are you sure?
I'm going to tell you guys. Conrad Veidt.
Reputation?
Conrad Veidt. He was in the cabinet of Dr. Cagliari. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
I thought,
He was a
you
German
didn't know
officer in
do you have-
Casablanca.
Do you have a citation for that?
Yeah, his film credit.
Fuck. Yeah, but that's the peer reviewed.
You know, he got British
Right.
citizenship in the 30s. Did you know that? In 1938, Conrad Veidt became a British citizen.
No clue.
I'm woefully undereducated.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm totally unaware of
You are
this.
woefully undereducated indeed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to sociological 100% stuff. It's gone 100% film shit now.
Yeah, we've been on call for an hour though. If you have anything else that anybody wants to talk about, like, well, Layman, you and I could probably shitpost audibly about social science for.
Let's talk about the community.
Oh
Quote unquote.
no!
Oh, PC Gamer Squid got it as well before I said it, I think. Well done, mate.
I don't. Should we talk about the community? I don't
Rage
want to.
Storm, whatever she's called.
I don't want
I-
to make people mad. Well, I guess now at this point it will be so hidden.
We can roast her. We can roast
I
her.
don't want to
I think she has.
necessarily roast her. I don't. I just have questions, and I've
When I look
raised
at
them
her-
before. I've
When I
raised
look at
them
her
before.
head is, when I look at her head is perfectly round, but her chin is a chin.
Let's
It's
not talk about
gold.
anybody's physical appearance because that's not an argument. That's like this is what I was
I
saying.
know. But it's
I was-
meant to
look,
be.
Here's what I want. I was saying this earlier. Instead of like, you know, she's got the I was telling you this, her bastard. Instead of like she's got her like feminist wage gap thing, I just want a button with Stefan Molyneux's face on it that just says not an argument, not an argument.
No.
Yeah.
He's a Canadian. He's not British. People think he's British. He's Canadian.
It's his accent. I don't
Yeah, I think he has Irish like family or something like
I
that.
don't know what that background is, but it's not an argument. Don't talk about people's appearance. Not only is that
No.
lowbrow, but that's in my opinion, it's
To be fair, I wasn't making an
an
argument. I was just
no, I know,
taking the piss.
I know. But we can't.
I can't open my wine.
No, I don't want to harp on this too much. My concerns about Rage After Storm, I have mentioned in streams, so I will say again here, and I believe you agree with me, Hard Bastard, on some of this.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah.
Is that she came out of the gate about like a week after I did with a several $1,000 camera or what appeared to be or a recording equipment. So there's funding. If it's her parents, fine. Like that's fine. I mean, that's a very real possibility. And and having what appears to be some manufactured opinions. Maybe not manufactured, but controlled in terms of like when she fucks up on something, she seems to take it back or change it. So like now she caught some shit for saying some for touting some, I would call them, yes, very sophomoric atheist talking points, and got a lot of shit from the alt-right who had become a lot of her fan base. And I do mean the actual alt-right. I don't mean Sargon. I don't mean whoever the
Sargon's alt-right, like.
But
he's
no,
a
they
liberal.
all call him that though. You and like the mainstream media will call everybody. Well, they call everybody alt-right. So it's just become a derogatory term. I mean people like, I don't even like the term alt-right. I almost think it's fake. I mean people who are actually neo-Nazis or white supremacists, which is not. By the way, I don't have an issue with talking to those people either, as I've said.
No, I mean I don't agree with them, but I'll talk to anybody.
I actually find many of them very pleasant to talk to. They will at least engage in a conversation, which is different from what I've seen with some people on the left. Not everybody, but I've at least been able to have a pleasant conversation with a Nazi. Now, maybe that's because I'm ANCAP and it's that whole Hopian libertarian thing. But
Taxation is theft.
taxation is theft. Can you prove it's not?
I don't know.
Exactly. Taxation.
Because what I do is I consent to tax, so it's not theft.
Okay, so you're consenting. So you're.
I can
It's social contract. You consent to being taxed.
Oh. Okay.
Anyway, so like,
I don't consent.
Taxation is
somebody
rape
on
now.
Twitter.
Yeah, it's interesting that
I've got
taxation
a
is
Twitter
rape.
person. Taxation is rape.
Taxation
that?
is yeah, taxation is rape.
To rape.
Anyway, somebody
blame-
called Irate Prostate said something about me and you. If I can find it, where is it? It was quite funny. Oh yeah, at Aiden Paladin, you are fucking giggling like a 14-year-old. I didn't realize you're such a charming man. 93 groupie.
Oh yeah, I totes am. Yeah, I totes am.
I actually used to have kind of groupies back in the day, but I got rid of them. But I'm not going to say anything about them.
Yeah, I mean, I've made my my shit clear, I guess.
Layman,
What?
do you remember when we first talked to each other properly? Do you remember?
Wasn't that like a graphics thingy?
I got hacked. I don't remember being on a graphics hangout with you. Unless we were we?
You got hacked.
Yeah. You asked me like, because there was a few other hackings that happened and you DM'd me and said, do you know how you got hacked? Why you got hacked?
Oh yeah. I think I remember that. Yeah.
I wish I could say that my hacking was like part of that, but it wasn't. I think it was just somebody fucking with me and they've disappeared since then.
So you're saying it wasn't the cultural Marxist?
Nah, I wasn't a cultural Marxist.
But it is very easy to blame everything on them. I mean, they are so good at fucking everything up, but every once in a while they don't. They're not responsible.
They are cultural Marxists, but they're not Marxist, are they? There is a difference because for me, like I've noticed a lot of SJWs love making money. The supposed anti-capitalists, they love making money. And I'm just thinking, Marxist, you've got a bit of the thing there, but
this is
you love making money.
A little bit of misunderstanding of the term. Their thing is about now individually. So you have to understand that the ultimate point of Marxist ideology, whether or not Marx intended it or not, is for the 1 or 2, maybe top 3% to rule the rest of the population, who will essentially be wage slaves. That would be the ultimate goal. Now they won't tell you that because it's cultish in a way, yeah. They're not going to reveal to you the end game of Marxism is for the extreme. Now I'm not going Alex Jones, Mama water filters, but
gay frogs.
Right, but that is the ultimate goal there in that ideology is for the 1% to be the ruling masters, and they are the thought leaders. They're the ones in control of all of this political ideology, and everybody else will fall into place. Like you can see them in Bloomberg. There was an article today that essentially was advocating that we need more migrants from these countries. All while the exact same people will advocate that because of automation, coal is dead. White people need to get over it, and not just white people, but lower class people in the United States need to get over the fact that there's no more jobs for lower class people. And in the same breath, we'll say we need to bring in millions of migrants to do lower class jobs.
Sounds like something Destiny.
Well, it was his argument as well, but it was in Bloomberg today. So maybe they copied his shit. But
that's the exact same thing that Thatcher said to the working class in the 80s. Well, the coal industry's dead. Sorry, get another job. Even though most of them,
I've told you too. My family's Welsh. They moved here from Wales to mine coal because the conditions here were better. Okay, so
you know what's funny? So is Willie Bumblebee. She's Welsh.
I mean, maybe we're all shitlords or something. But
you notice in the collab with Bearing that I said that nobody cares about the Welsh.
Oh yes, and I think I laughed at it because it's true.
It is.
No, and nobody really does. We're really like Britain's tumor, like on the left hand side.
No, you England, as John Cleese said, you're just a subservient race put on the earth to serve menial tasks for the English.
Wait, now you've actually pissed me off. Like somewhere deep down, there's some like Welsh thing that just went like, "Oi!"
They're the only ethnicity I'm not related to in the British Isles.
You're not allowed to have these colds.
I've got Irish, Scottish, English, nothing else. I've got no Welsh. I've got Indian, maybe some African, but no fucking Welsh. It's weird.
I'm 100% Afrikaans, to be honest. I come from Rhodesia.
You're Afrikaan. You're Afrikaner.
Yeah, ik ben Afrikaner.
Afrikaner. Can you Afrikaan or Afrikaner?
Both, to be honest. to identify as both.
So what's Griffiths been up to? Have you been talking to her?
Oh man, she's really busy and it pisses me off because she's fun.
I know. She's learning to be a teacher, right? Is she still at uni? Has she graduated?
I think she's still working on it.
Oh yeah, I graduated like 2 years ago now. Jesus, is that how young she is compared to me? 2 years? Wow.
No, she's studying. That's what I meant. Like she's still working on it.
History, right? I did history.
Oh,
I feel so history. Why? Why did I do that?
History is a sad one. You make sociologists or social scientists, we all look good compared to like philosophy and history.
To be fair, if you become a full-time historian, it's a good wage. But like, if you just want to do it because you love it,
as a professor,
shit, guys, you're gonna
have to go get the doc.
No, like just writing books and like journals and stuff like that.
That's you got to get popular. You have to become famous, and that would be the
True,
same.
but if you work in academia, you still get a job, don't you? Like you still get a good wage. So,
as a professor.
Yeah, I guess. Well, we don't call them
here's some red pills or truth shrimp pills, whatever, that we could drop about the reality of academia. The reality of academia is that no, for the most part, first of all, it's very difficult to get a job on average outside. You get a PhD, that's good, nice for you. On average, it's not super easy to get a job as a teacher. What you will usually get, and now this is particularly, now if you have been exceptional, yes, you will be more likely to be able to get a tenure track position. And that means you have to work your ass off. And this is why I stopped doing academia for a while, because honestly, it was killing me. I mean, really, I was dying from just being too involved. And that means you have to be publishing as frequently as possible. It means you have to be teaching every class. It means you have to be taking every opportunity. And I guess YouTube's no different in that way. In some aspects, it is way more laid back and way less rigorous, of course.
YouTube is incomparably more laid back than fucking academia.
Right. But it does have some of the same, like, you gotta do this networking shit, which I'm terrible at. But the interesting thing is that, like, for the most part, if you finish, you do the work that is required of you to get a doctoral degree in, I'm going to say anything. If you do the work that is required, it will be difficult for you to be placed. Unless you go to really one of the best schools. And now, by the way, that's a little bit misleading as well. Because at this point, there are institutions that are not just hiring off of school name. So, which I made a video about that bitch from Princeton who had that degree in math, but that PhD in math, but had no understanding of her field of research. And
how did she do that? How can you not have understanding?
It was affirmative action. It was straight up. I mean, really, it was at that point. Now, you just do the work that's required of you. You might be able to get a position as an adjunct. This is at least how it works in the United States. Again, this is my limited perception and perspective. You might be able to get a position as an adjunct. Now, an adjunct makes a little above minimum wage. You teach one class a semester. You don't do much shit. You're not on a salary. You don't get healthcare. You don't get any other benefits of being a full-time employee. This is how it works in the United States, at least. You get real fucking lucky. You get hired on for a tenure track position. Now, often what happens is you have to work as an adjunct for a few years in order to be accepted onto a tenure track position. Now, when you do get a tenure track, that's better, but the problem is that once you do get tenure, and tenure is more or less difficult depending on how much research you do, at least here, well, then you're a little bit set, right? But you have to work towards that. It is not like you get a PhD, you suddenly have a job in this field permanently. It is cutthroat in many ways.
Yeah. Well, I got I don't know what the grading system is in American universities, but I got a 2-1, which is the second best grade you can get.
It doesn't matter
like a mid-range one.
In terms of the job market, they don't give up.
Well, I know, but I meant in terms of academia, it would matter a bit more, wouldn't it?
No.
I
would say no. I mean, on some level, maybe, but what really matters in terms of long-term work is publication.
Yep. Publish or perish.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the
probably
phrase.
matter if you
Shit,
want
that's
to,
astounding. That is still a phrase that, yeah, I guess that's a universal one for academia.
because I've seen, like, I actually briefly looked at master's degrees and like loads of stuff that I can transition to, as well as just go back into history. It's like journalism I can transition into, or politics, which there was a cross.
Sure. And master's programs can help you.
Thing.
They can help you in
I did a
other
cross
fields.
faculty thing.
The thing is that you're just not gonna get. No, first of all, you can't teach. You can. This is a lie. You can technically teach with a master's degree. I mean, I only right now have a master's, and I've taught many classes. But like, but I was as a PhD student or as a master's student. Now, you can get a job as an adjunct with a master's degree. It's just unusual, and typically speaking, it's going to be at like community colleges. You're going to be an adjunct. You're going to get paid essentially minimum wage. The idea that professors make the big bucks, it's erroneous and it's not correct. You can at the uppermost echelon, you start to make money, but you have to be end game.
Am I the only one who can't connect to the chat? Is anyone
No,
else?
The chat's been fucked up for forever.
It's
been fucked up for forever.
Yeah, like I want to see what they're saying. I love the chat.
It's really just everybody's. It's just
500 people. But like, I don't know. Like every time I looked at master's degrees thing, which I can't probably get because of my degree alone, like straight in there.
Most of the time, many programs will be very open to accepting people from outside their degree field.
Yep. Oh no, it's not really about that. It's more the grades. They asked for 2-1. I got a 2-1, pretty good one. So like, and with a bit of more luck, I could have got a higher one. Could have got a first. I think I was 5 points off, and the first is the best you can get. It goes from like 0 to 100, and I got like 66, 65, something like that, which wasn't bad considering my dissertation got a 2-2, which is above a pass.
This is all some Brit bong shit to me. Us America burgers, we can't understand.
Burgerland, like, you know, you take it from Sconland. Or is it Sconeland? Who knows? But there's a debate in Britain if it's scone or scone, which is, you know, those like bread things.
I didn't know that. No, I know what a scone is, but it's a scone. It's not a scone. Jeez.
Honestly, it defies regional accents. Like, if you live in Manchester, you can say either scone or scone, and it'd be that same debate. It's not a north-south thing. It's everybody. Everybody's like disagreeing, and I just use.
You guys are focusing on Brexit. This should be the real.
Yeah, well, we do. We this debate has been concurrent for God knows how long, like hundreds of years. Like scone. Who knows?
Actually, you know what? I think I can look back. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I actually heard this in some Monty Python skit from like 1968.
68, 69, something like that. 69, 70 probably, yeah. Is it a scone or is it a scone? I don't know. You know, right? He's a scone.
It's quite a British thing to be involved in an argument for like 400 years and never come to consensus.
I don't know how long we've been eating scones or scones, but like if it's 400 years, it wouldn't surprise me. You know what's weird though, right? I was looking up the 9 Years' War, and the UK itself hadn't been formed. So it was England and Scotland on the same team. And then 1707, it was Britain from then on. I thought that was well cool. So we debuted the British flag in the battle.
Here's a good question. What's your favorite war?
The Napoleonic Wars are the best.
I'm going to...
Because Arthur Wellesley never lost a battle, but Napoleon did. So therefore, Napoleon is overrated. And Arthur Wellesley, otherwise known as the Duke of Wellington, is the best general of the Napoleonic Wars because he never lost. And he always fought a battle on his terms. In my opinion, that's far more of a genius commander than Napoleon. But Napoleon was a genius, don't get me wrong. But he lost battles, he was arrogant. He would fight a battle not on his terms just to see if he could do it. And it's like, that's not good. Arthur Wellesley was a better tactician in every other way. Like, come on.
Yeah, but you know who else
it's because he survived?
Lost? The Emus.
Nelson never lost.
Oh, that's the best war.
It's the best war.
The best war.
That is the best war. We have to agree. I mean, I know it's normie tier at this point, but it is. It's true. That's the best war.
Americans still believe they beat us in 1812, but they didn't. They nearly lost that. You nearly lost because you attacked Canada, and the Brits and the Canadians kicked your ass.
As we should have.
And like you actually invaded Canada in the Revolutionary War and got your asses handed to you. You tried to actually get the French Canadians. We did, but that was in
Yeah.
1812.
Yeah.
In the Revolutionary War, you tried to get the French Canadians on your side, but they were like, "You're anti-Catholic as fuck," and the English and the British. Well,
But
that's
we're
the same
still
thing.
not addressing
that's
this war.
True.
The
What
emu
my
war.
favorite war is.
There's no law.
The
The emus won without pretty much any losses.
Are you
That
talking
is
about the
best
bird?
war. Yes.
What did emus fight humans and?
Yes.
Yes.
In Australia.
Yes. It's real.
Really? Wait, no.
Yes.
Emus in New Zealand. Emu in New
Not
Zealand.
New Zealand. Did I say New Zealand? Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look it up. They basically
Oh,
the
yeah, it's
people got
Australia.
trounced. Yeah. Look it up. It's the Great Emu War. It's something that like Normies should be.
Oh, look at the soldier with the deceased emu. This is such a meme.
Yeah. However, also type in emu war and then type in the term
Failure. Emu
nuclear
population
test zone.
persists.
No. Type in the term nuclear test zone, and you'll see that they're totally a random test area for nuclear weapons. In
Nuclear
Australia.
test zone emu. What do I type? What
Yeah,
do I type
that's it.
in?
That'll work. You'll see.
Emu
Maybe
field. I can't believe the British used Australia in that way. That's just disgusting.
Well, I mean, you did send your criminals there for a reason
Oh yeah, we did.
to
We
fight
did the
the
same
eternal
thing to
war
the
against the
Aboriginals
birds.
as the Arabs have done to us. It's fair play. What can I say?
We actually, Americans sent our criminals there as well. It was just a dumping ground, really.
Really? I didn't know that.
Not a ton, but there were apparently some American criminals that were sent to Australia.
Originally, you were the dumping ground. Originally.
Right. I mean, it makes sense. Like, if you look at it now, it explains kind of everything.
Indentured servants, Irish slaves, most of them would have been criminals. Like, it's not well known.
Anyway, you know what I think? We've been on for an hour and a half. I don't know where Layman's at, but I think this has been a fun shitposting stream.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I've still
I'll-
got a bit of time. I've still got a bit of time.
Well, everybody should get drunk. If you're not drunk now, go ahead and continue. The problem is that I believe on Layman's time it's now like 11:30 or some shit.
Yeah,
or like
it would
midnight.
be, wouldn't it? Yeah.
I'm not dying right now, like because of time, but yeah, maybe I am. I don't know.
No, whatever. This was a fun time, though, guys. Anytime you guys want to chat with me, obviously you have my shit. Thank you guys, both of you, Charmy and Dr. Layman, of course, for being on my shit stream of bullshit and pointlessness. This is fun. We had some fun talks about social science and absolute bullshit.
I'm now going to find a stream to invade.
Go find one. Go find one.
Oh
It's
shit,
like a
I've got a
thing.
few. I've got a choice of Wizard of Cars or Miss Misa. Now which one?
Porcanolis Dose.
More fun, to be honest.
What'd you say?
I said Porcanolis Dose. Just at least if you have to be chat in one and present in the other. See. Anyway, yeah, guys, this was fucking awesome. This was a really cool time. So I think we're gonna stop here.
Sure. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, follow
Um,
me on Snapchat. Subscribe to my AIDS research.
Smash that motherfucking like button.
Oh, please, of
I
course.
like to do Reno.
All right, yeah. Thank you guys, and thanks everybody in the chat, and thank you because I know some people did super chat. I didn't address it. I'm sorry, but thank you everybody who did super chat. Thank you so much, and thank you everybody for shit, fuck. Okay,
Can I make the closing words?
yeah.
Yes.
Jailbait prevails.
All right, all right. Bye bye.
I did nothing wrong, to be honest.
I mean, well, we could hang on. I gotta end this.